Hey guys, this is Ninjasifi, and I'm pleased to announce a very special series that will be played to completion. This series is something that has been done before, just not by me, and something I have some other plans for, but we'll do those things later. This is the Legend of Zelda Randomizer. Now, what does this mean? Well, it means that all the chests in the game are essentially, they have the items sticking out of them, shuffled around, and thrown back out. This game is meant to really just be kind of fun. I got it requested to me by somebody in a community I'm a part of. I told them I did YouTube videos. They said, do the randomizer. I am turning down the volume here, so it is reasonable. Or, I think reasonable, anyway. So, how does this differ from the normal game? Well, one, obviously, the items you get normally will not be the same. I kind of hate myself at the start here. I should have just started. I could have fixed the volume and editing, but that's okay. So these next few videos I do will probably be not randomized. What am I saying? I'm thinking of the randomizer. Also, yes, I'm Ninj. That I did as much of my name as I possibly could. I forgot that you only get 4 letters, but that's okay. So how does this game differ from the normal Link to the Past? And also, you may be asking yourself, didn't you do this before? Kind of. And didn't you do this before and didn't you suck at it? No and yes. No, I didn't do this exact thing before. I played A Link to the Past normally before. I kind of sucked at it, yes, but... Or at least I think I sucked at it. If you guys want to leave a kind comment down below. There's something that's different. The opening text is different. Instead of him doing this long, drawn-out thing, it's just that. But I think I kind of sucked at it. If you guys want to leave a comment like, oh yeah, this is great. You did great before. No need to be ashamed or no need to feel bad. I won't object. But this is the randomizer. So a few things about the randomizer. One, most of the text in the entire game is removed. Whether that's for companions you're bringing along on your trip, or just people you're talking to normally. Most of the text is removed. If it requires a specific item for the text to activate, you will either get the alternate text really sped up, or you will get just the item trigger scene, basically. There's some minor text here and there, but they're actually working to even take that out. So it would basically mean that you could play through this thing in its entirety and never see text. What I'm going to try to do with this video is do one dungeon per series. Now, in this case, I actually do, because I am post-commentating the next few videos, both in this series and in the new series, that'll launch Monday, so stay tuned for that, guys. But, it's really interesting because, well, anyway, I won't get into that right now, but I will be trying to complete one dungeon in each episode. But for the first couple of episodes, I'm actually going to do side quests for the most part. In this video, I get Zelda and then go do a few side quests. In the future videos, I try to do at least one dungeon per video. It doesn't necessarily always work out, but still. And since the first time I played this for the channel, at least the original non-randomized version, I actually played the randomizer version once because Creo from Turban Based Comedy had some trouble with his latest randomizer scene he did. And so I actually played through it and found out just how difficult he had it for the game. So I played through that to help him out and kind of talk with him about it as he went along. Now, the series was recorded far before, in its entirety, far before even they put it out for reasons that I won't get into because that's their channel, not mine. But Turn-Based Comedy has actually done 2 races of this. There's the original race featuring Horeo and Morgoloth of TBC, which is turn-based comedy, by the way, and the second one also features them, but it's a rematch race. They decided to do it again to see who would win, and I won't say who wins because honestly, both series are excellent, and you guys should go watch both their series. You know, just as soon as this video is done, of course. I don't mean now. But anyway, their series is great. Both series. So, you know, go check out Turn-Based Comedy and their versions. So, what is different from the normal game? Well, one, the text that does appear, I already said there's little to no text. The text that does appear is going to be in Japanese. And that's just because the text is faster. 2, and I think they removed this in a later version because I didn't manage to pull it off now when I could with an earlier version of the randomizer. But 2, they removed the ability to dash and use an item which is normally in the Japanese version, which can be very helpful. They say test it out on Death Mountain. The bridge going across you need a hammer to do, but I tried and I kind of I can't seem to get it to happen. Maybe I'm just being kind of stupid and I'm not doing it right. I don't know. The point is, I'm not really doing anything with it. So I won't use that in the series because I can't figure out how to use it for the series. But anyway, let's cover some rules with this randomizer. Number 1 is I should finish my thought from earlier. So I played after the original Legend of Zelda. I played once through the randomizer for Horeo Seed in the game. I played once through the randomizer for my own sake. I played once through the randomizer again just to see the difference in complexity levels because Horeo Seed was an 8 complexity level. The second seed I did was an 8 complexity level, and I wanted to do a 4 complexity level one to see how much easier it would be. If you're wondering, it's a lot easier. And then, outside of that, I'm actually working on maybe doing something else with another playthrough, but that'll be after this. So, what are the rules of the randomizer? Well, the rules of the randomizer the rules of my playthrough are, I must complete dungeons in order, if at all possible, not including side quests. If a dungeon becomes available, like if I'm going through a normal dungeon and suddenly I get the bow, for example, I have 2 choices, 2 options. One, like if that's the second dungeon and I hadn't completed the first dungeon because I need the bow, I can choose to go back to the first dungeon immediately. In other words, stop all progress, go back there, get out as fast as I can. Or I can choose to go there after the current dungeon. In other words, but I cannot exit the dungeon for any reason, which means if I had a bunch of fairies or medicine planned for the dungeon, and then I can't leave. Turtle Rock will be the one exception if I go with that rule at all, but Turtle Rock is basically the last area, so I shouldn't really have anything that I need to go out of the dungeon for. Side quests are completely optional if I don't need the item to finish the game. In other words, if there's a side quest that provides not necessarily the item it would, but an item that it wouldn't, like the magic cave where it's found. If it has the Cane of Burna, which turns you invincible temporarily, then I am allowed to skip that if I so choose. Now, mind you, I will probably do every single side quest and open every single chest possible, because in this randomizer, you really need every one possible. Also, I believe this is a 7 complexity seed, So it's pretty high up there. But yeah, so I got the magic mushroom initially, which wasn't that great. The magic mushroom is one of those things where it's good for one side quest and that's it. Then I got the lamp, which actually will really help when getting to the Dark World dungeons, because it means I'll have a small bit of light around me instead of being in complete darkness. But, so yeah, so those, and then another difference between this and the normal one is, you have to get a little crafty with how you use items. But anyway, so a discussion topic for this video before this video is over. So, what is your favorite main plot quest? For me, I'm going to have to go back to Wizard 101, I think, because my favorite plot quest was probably defeating basically what was the endgame boss for a while, Malistaire, which was really fun, really challenging, and basically required going through an entire dungeon just before getting this epic fight. So you're beaten, you're torn down, you're not even really sure if you can do it, and then Malistaire, and if you do it, it feels really good. Ooh. So anyway, that's my answer. Let me know in the comments below what you think. What is your favorite main plot quest in a video game, or even if you want to do a role-playing game that had a set storyline and there was a main quest, you go ahead and do that. I believe we are right about at the end of the video here, so guys, I will say this: thank you so much for watching. I'm Ninjasifi, and as always, have a great day. Bye-bye.